So if it's possible for you to begin in a child's pose, if not, you'll be on your back, knees to chest. But we want to just kind of take a moment and ground. We have the first quarter moon this week, which will be in the mutable earth sign. Right now, the moon is in the fixed fire, and we're going to tune into that. But we're going to kind of start and end a little bit with the energy of earth. So if you're able to be in a supported child's pose, I do recommend a blanket down, knees wide, and you can have a pillow, bolster. If the knees are sensitive tonight or you just don't like child's pose, being on your back with your knees to chest is also a great option. And just, a lot of the times we start in legs up the wall or supta, but there's something about starting this way, towards the earth, either your back on the earth or your belly towards the earth, releasing the back. Just start to breathe in and out. And we're going to balance the breath. So just if you're in child's pose, you can rock your hips, you can roll your forehead. If you're on your back, you can rock your knees, you can circle your knees, shift your head, and just bring your attention to your breath. And you can take a couple conscious exhales out the mouth, getting rid of the stagnant or stale energy of the day. And then when you're ready, begin to just count your natural breath. So when our attention is on the breath naturally does seem to deepen and lengthen, but just counting the natural breath. And noticing if there's a way to bring it into balance. So usually we want to have the breath as long as possible. So if one part of the breath is longer, we want to bring the other part to it. And to see if we can find a balanced breath. And it's okay if it just takes a few rounds of counting or exhaling out the mouth until you feel like you're able to get to a calm, steady pace. Equal breath in, equal breath out. Just again, still gently massaging through your hips, your belly, your head. And then those of you who are comfortable adding the retention, you can add the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale, either at half the amount or the same. So let's say you're inhaling and exhaling for 4. You can either pause for 2 and 2, or you can go right for 4 and 4. And see if your physical body can sink deeper into the earth as your mind follows your breath, the breath warming up the muscles, the warming of the muscles, helping to prepare the body for movement, the counting of the breath, balancing the mind from the day as we move into the week. Monday is our moon day, and getting to sort of set the intention for this waxing moon week, moving fixed fire, mutable earth, cardinal air from the heart and digestion and kidneys. And let's just take about 3 more rounds of breath. If you're in a supported child's pose, make sure if your head's turned one way, you turn it the other way. Again, bringing that balance to the body, and you can be still or you can be moving. If you're on your back and it gets too much of the knees to chest, you can always put the feet on the ground and let the knees just knock together. And then as you finish out that third breath, go ahead and let it go. Let the breath go, let the body go. Take another big, big inhale. And then open mouth, sigh it out. And then slowly we're going to roll ourselves onto our belly into Sphinx. So if you're on your back, you can, again, just sort of roll over to your stomach. If you're in child's pose, you'll shift your body weight to coming down to Sphinx position, which is on the forearms. So top of the feet are down, comfortable distance. It can be as wide as the mat, but at least as wide as your hips. And then the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders in a nice line, fingers spread, the index fingers making a nice 11. The chin is parallel. And then press through the palms and the tops of the feet, draw the belly in, roll the shoulders back, lift your spine. Give your head a gentle shake. So coming into the heart, but also into the kidneys. So our practice is sort of integrating these three energies tonight, the heart and spine for the fire element, again, our digestion for the earth element, and then the kidneys and lungs for the air element. So just take some breaths here, and you can always rock a little bit. You know, rocking, shifting is always nice to do. The head can kind of go up and down or side to side. And this is another great pose if we've been rounding over devices or animals or children, just really letting us come back to the natural curvature of the spine. Soft eyes, give it a nice swallow here. And we're going to do 5 lion's breath. So on the lion's breath, you inhale and close your eyes. And as you exhale, you look to the third eye and stick out your tongue. And take your time, no rush. Just go with your breath. Big breath in. And when you finish, just relax, rock your head a little bit, soften your jaw, rock your hips. Think about hugging your forearms towards each other isometrically. Again, take another big breath in, roll the shoulders back, pelvis down, and just open mouth with a sigh. Just a few more breaths here, pressing down through your hands, gently hugging your forearms, tops of the feet down, pelvis down. Draw the belly in, roll the shoulders back as you lift your chest. You might even start to lift your gaze just a little bit if that feels okay, or keep the chin parallel. Take another deep, deep breath in. Exhale, roll it down. And for a moment, just rest your hands on your, rest your head on your hands, or turn your head one way. Maybe bend your knees and rock the hips out. Massage the belly, release the back. Stretch your legs back out, tops of the feet down. This time, thumbs come in line with the chest, forehead down. Let's warm up the spine and the heart with a little bit of cobra. So again, power through the palms, the tops of the feet, and the pelvis. As you inhale, start to roll up, and it might just be a little bit, or it can be a lot, and then roll down forehead to the mat. So we're keeping that nice kidney, lung, heart focus. Anytime we do belly work like this, it's great for the digestion. So just following your breath, inhale to lift up, curl up, exhale to roll down. You can always take this slower. You can rest your head down for a breath. Try to find that nice, smooth movement through the spine, tops of the feet down. So at the height of cobra, the pelvis is still on the ground, and there's still a little softness in the elbows. So we don't want to get too much momentum that we bring ourselves up and hyperextend the elbows, right? And you can move a little bit. You can pause for a moment if cobra's feeling good and wiggle around, and then lower. And just a little bit more here with your breath. Again, tops of the feet down, pelvis down, powerful hands, opening the heart. And again, this can be a really little movement too, just lifting a couple of inches. Soften the jaw and the face. And then Find a cobra that you can hold for at least 3 breaths. And then we'll do just that. Take 3 big breaths into our cobra. Soften the jaw, soften the face. That last breath, you can even stick out the tongue again. Take a big lion's breath. And then depending on your energy level, you can either lower down to your belly or you can push back into a downward dog. Also optional is to come back into that child's pose. So we're in the waxing moon, which sometimes means the energy might be a little bit bigger, a little bit brighter. That may not be true for you. So again, if you want to stay resting on your belly, if you want to come to child's pose, otherwise you can press up and back into our Adho Mukha and walk it out, wiggle it out. So in downward dog, we still have this nice heart, kidney focus. Hands are pressing down. Body is strong and lifted. You can rock your hips, walk your legs out. Just feeling into the body. Shake out your head. Take a couple more breaths. And then we'll all shift towards Uttanasana. So you can step, hop, jump, roll up to your feet. Feet hip width distance apart, soft knees, long spine. A couple breaths here, grounding through the feet, opening the back of the legs. Bend your knees, roll up one vertebra at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. And as you come up, inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hand to heart, hand to belly, and we'll chant our lunar mantra to this waxing moon, Om Chandraya Namaha. And you can just listen, hum, or join in. Big breath. Om Chandraya Namaha. The fire to the earth, the air, to all the energies of this waxing moon week. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right hand to left wrist, pull up and over into the side bend. Nice stretch here. Press down through your feet. Draw the ribs and the belly in. Bring it up, left hand to right wrist. Pull up and over. Soften the face, the ears, ground through the feet. Get that nice decadent stretch of the side body. Inhale, reach up, lift, exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides, open the chest. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, bend the elbows. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, as you bring down, really squeeze the shoulders behind the back as you lift the chest. Inhale. And exhale, bend, hold, lift up, open the heart, spread your fingers. Inhale, reach up, exhale, forward fold, soft knees. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, reach up, exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. 1 more like that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Stay here or lengthen up and walk it out to plank. Plank can be up with the knees lifted or with the knees down. You can also always come onto the forearms. Take a few breaths or feel free to stay in that Uttanasana if this is too much. Breathe into the back body, breathe into the kidneys, take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk yourself back, Uttanasana. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Good, again, less time in plank though. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, you can fold or walk back out to plank. Take a big breath in. Exhale, walk it back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, bend the knees deep, reach the arms up, sit into chair, press down through the feet. Inhale, stretch all the way up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. You can exhale, stay in Uttanasana or walk out to plank. Big breath in. Exhale, walk it back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees deep. Circle the arms up. Sit back. Lift your hip heart. Press your feet down. Reach all the way up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. You can exhale, fold, or walk out to plank. Take a breath in here. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, either up into plank, or you can go straight back to down dog and walk it back. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees deep into chair. Sink down, lift the heart, press all the way up, reach up, bend the elbows. Good, another time like that. Listen to your body, follow any variations that feel good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, maybe exhale it out to plank. Inhale, exhale down to the earth. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, back up to plank, or just go ahead and walk it straight back. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees deep into chair, sink it down, lift your heart, press all the way up, bend the elbows. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, you can walk it to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift it up to plank. Or when you're ready, just push it back to your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees deep into chair. We're going to hold into chair for a little bit. So if it's too much to have your arms up, the hands can come to the heart. Sitting back into the heels, we can see the toes. Squeeze the legs, lift the chest, but find that heart opener. So chair pose is very grounding. There's our earth, but there's also this beautiful heart opener. Take another breath. Stick out your tongue on the exhale. Press all the way up, lift up. Bend the elbows. Draw the hands to the heart. Bow your head. Roll your head to the left. And then center. And then right. And then center. Roll it in. Inhale, lift the gaze, hand to heart, hand to belly, circle the hips. Come back to a balanced breath. Finding that harmony and steadiness. Might notice your heart rate is up a little bit if you were doing those planks or the chair poses. And reverse the direction of the circles. Back to center, big breath in and out. Let's take a wide stance and turn the toes out. So wide stance is pretty much whatever's comfortable for you. A lot of times we'll reach the arms out and wrists and ankles roughly line up, but not always. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to heart. And again, this might not be a big movement. It doesn't have to be a deep lunge here. Bend the knees, open the heart, just feeling into that earth element. Soften the face, soften the jaw, shake the head out. Inhale, reach it up, big stretch. Side bend over to the right, keep the legs straight. You can also take the left hand behind the head. Press the head into the hand, hand into the head. And then bring it up. And then come through center, hands to heart. Breathing here, again, doesn't have to be a big, deep stretch. Press through your feet, draw the belly in, relax your face. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, side bend over to the left. You can reach that right arm overhead or hold behind the head. Press the head to hand, hand to head. Squeeze the legs, inner thighs engage. Inhale, bring it up. And then as you exhale, give yourself a hug, right arm under left. Hold on to your shoulders or come into eagle arms, palms or back of the hands touching. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Roll the shoulders back, soften the jaw, shake out your head. Relax your face. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, come up, reach the arms up. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Left arm under right, holding the shoulders or back of the hands or the palms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, last time into that temple pose. Sit back into the hips. Relax the jaw. Relax the face. Deep breath in. And out. Inhale, reach everything up, lift up. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. Again, inhale, reach up. This time, 3 lion's breaths. We do it 3 more times. Reach the arms up, point the toes forward, swan dive forward into wide leg forward fold. Let the kidneys shine up, breathe into the hips and the back body. And make sure the toes are pointing forward or even slightly in. Soft knees. And shake it out a little bit. Feel the feet on the earth. Grounding. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, heel toe your feet in to about shoulder distance. And then bend your knees, bring your elbows to your thighs and lift your chest. Breathe here into the glutes, into the quads, into the hips, into the back. And exhale, release. Soft knees, roll yourself up 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, clasp your hands, place both hands behind your head. Lift your chest. And if this is too much, you can bring your hands just down onto your back for a standing cobra. Otherwise, hands behind the head, just above the neck. Your thumbs kind of meet right at the base of the skull. Belly in, lift the chest, soften your jaw. Big inhale. Exhale it out. Reach the arms up, palms face up, and then stretch your palms forward around through the upper back. Breathe into the back body, soften the knees, puff up the kidneys right underneath the bottom ribs. Inhale, reach up, lift. Exhale, round. Couple more times. As you inhale, you can straighten the legs, stretch, uplift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees, press through the palms. One more, reach up. Exhale, round forward. Hold here, press the palms, stretch. And then bring it up. Exhale, release the arms. Roll those shoulders, couple good shoulder rolls. One way and the other. Draw them down, just give yourself a little shake. So we're gonna have the opportunity to do a standing hip opener, but if you don't wanna do that, then you can come onto your back. So it's essentially doing like sleeping pigeon standing. So if you wanna just come onto your back and focus on the hip opener, you can. Otherwise, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of utilize that earth balance energy here. So we're gonna take the right foot and we're gonna cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So you can do this with a chair with the wall. You're gonna bend the left knee enough to make a shelf for it. And you might stay just like this and just breathe here. You can also work your balance here, bringing the hands to the heart. Or you can start to come forward, bring your hands down, and you're gonna really get in that right hip. And sometimes I like to do what we kind of just did, like I bring my right elbow to that right thigh, and I breathe here. And this is also, again, it's nice to do with the wall, it's nice to do with the chair, but we're balancing, we're opening up the glute, and then we're also getting that nice back of the heart, back of the kidneys. Or you can just be on your back and just focus on the hip opener. Breathing, and you can play with it. You can come down for a few breaths and then bring it up. It's actually an interesting variation of chair to play with. Again, depending on how tight your hips are. My left hip is a little bit different. Just be mindful of your knees here. So we don't put a bunch of pressure on either knee. 3 more breaths if you can. If it gets to be too much, you can just come into the forward fold. Again, a nice reason to have something nearby to balance with if you need to. Opening up that right hip. Lift your chest. Take a big inhale. Let's find that lion's breath. And then slowly bring it up. Gently release, shake it out. If you're on your back, you can take another breath or two there before you switch sides. If you're standing, you might need a moment to acclimate from that. And then other side. So we want to make a little shelf on that right thigh. Cross the left ankle over it. This is my tighter side for sure. So again, you might stay upright. And again, think about that chair position. So sinking back into your hips, hands to heart, arms up, hands to your hips. You can start to bring the elbow into the thigh or into that forward fold. And breathe. And this is a great pose, but I really do kind of like how it feels from the balancing position because it kind of gets into a slightly different part. But again, listen to your body, be mindful of your knees. Keep the breath flowing. But kind of cool to get our hip opener and our balance pose together. Last 3 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, lion's breath. Slowly release. If you're on your back, give yourself a moment or two. If you're standing, give it a nice little shake. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs. If you're on your back, you can hug the knees in. Feels good to just do a nice shake here. And then if you're on your back, you can stay there. If you're standing, we'll give it a nice big stretch up. And then down. And then inhale. Exhale. And then we'll start to come down as well. So we're going to come into a supported shoulder stand. That can look like being in a simple bridge and staying with that. It can look like doing legs up the wall and staying with that. It can be a combination. You can do legs up the wall and then put a block or a bolster under your hips. Or from simple bridge, you can play with putting the legs up. So this is doing a full inversion is very healthy for the body, especially during this part of the cycle as the energy is building, but you want to be safe about it. So like I said, even just putting your legs at the wall or your legs up the bed or just stacking them is fine, or just doing supported bridge where you lift your hips and you put something underneath your sacrum. So you're just getting at least the hips up. And bridge is so great for the endocrine system. And then ultimately though, if we're able to bring the knees towards the chest and the legs up, we have the feet, the hips, and the heart all over the head. And so we're in that complete inversion. So there's this great flushing for the lymphatic system, resetting for the immune system. Again, the endocrine system gets a nice reset too. And then we want to come into our balanced breath. So you might go right back to where you were in the beginning of the practice, or you might want to check in, do a few exhales out the mouth, and then come into counting the breath, and then maybe see where it's at. I'm in a supported shoulder stand on the block. So I have my legs up here, and so I sometimes like to kind of roll out my feet and my ankles as well. So you are always welcome. If your legs aren't propped against something, it can be nice to wiggle it around a little bit. Really see if you can find that balance through the breath. Try to soften your brain and your skull. And even as you breathe, maybe just feeling the brain, the right and left hemispheres, the front, mid, and back brain, all just settling as you breathe, as you turn upside down. And follow the brain down the brain stem into the spine. The spine, getting the benefits of this inversion as you reach the mid spine, how it blossoms around into the ribs. So you feel the ribs, we feel the lungs and the heart. In the front of the ribs, we also have the liver and the stomach and spleen and pancreas. And then again, tucked there in the back ribs, the kidneys and the adrenals. And then we feel into the pelvis and the area above the pelvis with the intestines and the pelvis with the colon, the reproductive organs. And just let all these systems of the body, the heart, the spine, the stomach, liver, kidneys, the intestines, all these important organs rest and receive this flushing of the system, supporting our healthiest heart and lungs and kidneys and digestion. As we balance our breath in this waxing move, bringing calm and peace and presence into our body and our systems. Still staying with a steady breath. gonna let go of the count. Just let the breath be natural for a few rounds. And if you're in a supported shoulder stand with bridge, you can bring your feet back down. If you're in legs at the wall or those variations, you don't have to change the legs. You're comfortable. The bridge is a very potent pose too. And if you want a little more activity, just make sure your feet are planted, lift your hips, move your prop, and come into bridge. Work the shoulders under the back, reach down through your fingers or clasp your hands, lift your chest, soften your jaw. And again, you can stay in the supported pose or the inversion or just holding an active bridge, gently squeeze the glutes, soften the face. Couple more breaths, opening up through the heart, grounding through the feet. Big, big breath in. Exhale, roll it on down. Hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a gentle rock. Scoot your hips a little bit more to the right and then reach the left leg out. Left hand to the right knee, right arm out to the right. Draw that right knee up and across the body. If this twist is too much, you can always just do a windshield wiper, bend your knees and let your knees roll to one side. Otherwise, that right shoulder is drawing down. The gaze can go to the right or stay center. Left leg is straight down the center line of the body. Few breaths here. This is one of the most beneficial digestion twists if it feels comfortable. But it can be a lot in the shoulder. Relax the jaw. Take another big breath. Exhale it out. Draw that right knee back around. Give it a squeeze. Really squeeze that right knee in towards the chest. Big breath. And then place that right foot down. Move yourself back to the center of the mat. Hug the left knee in. And then again, move your hips a little bit more left. Right leg extends. Right hand to the left knee. Draw it up and across the bodies. That left arm stretches out to the left. Gaze towards the left. You can also put a little pillow under that left shoulder. Right leg coming straight down the midline. Just a few breaths, or again, taking a twist that feels better for your body today. One more big breath. And on the next inhale, draw that left knee in, give it a big squeeze. And then draw both knees in, rock them here. You can also open the knees wide and rock them here, or turn the feet up for happy baby. Soften the jaw, soften the face. Lengthen your spine. Feel yourself grounding, breathing, balanced. And then see where your body wants to land for the final 5 or 6 minutes of class. You're always welcome to leave the video and take a longer Shavasana. It can be great to get a 10-20 minute Shavasana. But if 5 minutes is what we have, we take that. And you can just lie on the back and support the knees and the head. You could lay back over a bolster. You might put your legs up the wall again or keep them there if you're still there. But just let yourself settle into the earth. And we really want to invite symmetry. So can you feel the back of the body settling. Notice the right side and the left side. Does your right hand and your left hand feel balanced? Your right foot and your left foot. Right lung and left lung. Right side of the brain and left side of the brain. Let your spine settle right down the middle, that perfect axis between the right and the left. And feel the back body settle and the right side settle and the left. Feel the front body soften. Notice your breath. Can you feel the breath in your lungs massaging your heart? And drop into the heart. And sense into whatever intention is here for you this week. To stay in your heart, to continue to regulate and calm your body and your mind, to be present, loving, grounded. And just spend a moment with your heart under this waxing moon as the body balances right and left, front and back. Let every breath bring you to your heart. And then let the breath move you to your belly. And just watch your belly rise and fall. Just being with your belly. And then as you breathe again, slide into the back body. Tucked under the back bottom ribs on either side of the spine, the kidneys. And sense right and left. And just feel the kidneys balanced and settling back towards the earth, bringing in gentleness and trust. Can you sense the kidneys, the belly, and the heart? And for a moment, can you just rest with awareness of these three areas? The heart, the kidneys, and the belly. Bringing balance, bringing harmony. And then take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and relax it all out. Feel your whole body. Whole body. You are whole and healing. You are here. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Rotate the wrists and the ankles. Let your head shift gently side to side before you bring back any movements that feel good. And you can rock yourself up, or you can roll to one side before you lift back up. Place a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly, gentle rock. And we'll seal the practice with 3 ohms. The first ohm for filling your cup. The second ohm is an offering out to those who need it. And the final ohm in gratitude to our Mother Earth and our Grandmother Moon. And you're always welcome to just listen or hum or take a breath in. Om. 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 Draw your hands to your heart, rub your palms, take a breath. Inhale, the left hand to the left palm up, right hand, the right hand palm down. Exhale, inhale, lift up into the heart, connect our virtual moon circle. Exhale out the mouth, hands to the earth, and we bow. Om Chandraya Namaha. Many blessings. Have a great waxing week. Thank you.